problem with using statistics in a speech like this is that it's far too easy to use statistics in the same way a drunkard uses a lamppost. That is, for support rather than for illumination. Today, I don't think I will need the support, so I'm going to use it to illuminate my path. Did you know that tonight, when you're putting your head on your pillow, 4,000 Canadian women will seek shelter in a women's shelter? Did you know that every night hundreds of women are turned away, not because they don't have a compelling reason to be there, but because there isn't enough room? Did you know that most of these women fear for their lives, of themselves and those of their children? Do you realize that those 4,000 women is probably just the tip of an iceberg? Do you realize that these women are women just like you? Your mother, your sister, your partner, or your daughter? Do you know that most of these women are ashamed that they have ever been abused? They blame themselves. Fellow Toastmasters, yes, Lindsay, and most welcome guests. I am a man. I'm just one man. And in the face of all this travesty, I feel inadequate. I want to somehow reach out a helping hand. Not in pity, I want to reach out in support. The question for me is where and how. Where am I needed and how can I make the largest impact? But more, my dreams is to help prevent some of this abuse from happening in the first place. I want to be a voice. I want to help increase the awareness of the problem. I want to change the perception of the women being abused. I want to change the attitude towards the perpetrators. Three years ago, I put on those red pumps for the first time. Suffering no more than some derisive comments, some laughter, some blisters, and the shame of going to the store to buy them. I didn't do it to show my feminine side. I did it as part of a campaign that's called Walk a Mile in Her Shoes. It's a campaign to increase awareness for violence, abuse, and rape of women. Yes, I heard the critique, and I agree. Even if I walk a mile in your shoes, how could I ever know anything about the journey that took you to where you are today? But that was never my objective in the first time. My objective was to do something outrageous, something silly, something that made people question my motives and my sanity, something that would make the people of the streets of Toronto laugh, point fingers, and wonder what was going on. What I was looking for was a way to open and start a conversation. Start a conversation about the prevalence of violence against women. Start a conversation about the attitude changes I think is required to change this. And I think that as men, we have to be part of this conversation. Why is it still, in 2015, in a large portion of a society, accepted to blame a woman for the violence perpetrated against her. Why? I ask myself, why? It baffles my mind that in 2015 we still adhere to such antiquated ways. We're supposed to live in a modern society. I think that we all, but us men in particular, need to show that we do not tolerate that kind of speech anymore. We don't tolerate the victim blaming. Not from the press and not from the people around us. I think it's time that we decisively put our foot down and say, no, it was not her fault she got hit. No, it was not her fault she got raped. And no, it was not her fault she got killed. She may have disappointed him. She may have teased him. She may have rejected him. But it was not her fault that he lifted his hand. How can we ever stop women from blaming themselves when we, as a society, are so quick to blame them? So again, I ask you, did you before this speech know that tonight 4,000 women, more than 4,000 women, will seek refuge in a women's shelter? Did you know that this very night they are fearing for their lives, and that those 4,000 women are just the tip of an iceberg? I think we all can agree on something, that something has to change. And I think that starts with us. I think it starts with a personal decision. A decision to never look down on any other person unless you're helping them up. Thank you very much.